Welcome back to the Hero Whispers, all you fabulous females. This is Jeannie Marie, your host. We are back with an amazing college queen, Elle Kaufman. Okay, but before I start talking about her fabulousness, I want to just, in case you're new to the show, I just want to tell you a little bit about who we are, give a little shout out to Supergirls with two L's, second L for love. We are all about empowering and inspiring college women to launch, which means helping them become bigger, stronger, faster in real life when they graduate, whatever that means. Branding, networking, helping them find jobs, helping them be strong women that they are in the real world. So we have this amazing podcast where we get to speak to them and hear what's going on from their point of view and their worlds, and have them share their story. We also have other women on here that are super cool and inspiring. So today I'm so happy to present Elle Kaufman, and we're calling her Sincerely Elle. She has a really cool brand, Sincerely Elle brand, but she is a sophomore at the Fashion Institute of Technology, studying fashion business management. She grew up in a small town in Ohio, but is now living her dreams in New York City. She loves living in New York City and discovering hidden gems. Her hobbies include dancing, brunch with friends, shopping, blogging, and building her business Sincerely Elle brand. Elle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so excited that you're here. So listeners, I went and I spoke at FIT a few months ago. And Elle was in the class, and she was so cool, just like Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. Super excited, enthusiastic, like full of commentary and feedback, which I absolutely love when you speak to people. It's like really nice to have an audience that's receptive. And I had to have her on the show because she is like on it. She is on point. So I'm so happy for everything that you have going on in your life. Like you're going after your dreams in New York, and that's so cool. And I know it's hard right now with everything that's happening with all these cancellations and stuff. Let's talk a little bit about that. Like, how is that affecting you? How are you dealing with that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I will say that I think we can all agree it's somewhat of a season of disappointment, whatever that means for each person. But I think through all of this, we're all able to reset, pause, and still focus on the things that matter to us most. So, of course, I know we're all trying to stay super positive and do the things we haven't had time to do before. So I'm definitely trying to still stay super connected with my friends and spend a lot of time with my family. I did move back home to Ohio. FIT, their dorms are shut down and all of our classes are online, so it's a huge adjustment. This week we haven't had classes, so I've really just been at home and just relaxing with my family, getting everything organized and moved back in. But it's been interesting because I think we're all going through those little disappointments. Like I got an email from my internship that my internship is over and future things are paused for now. And I know people who were studying abroad had to come home. So all of those things are really hard, but I think we're all going through this. And it's really a time to kind of unite together and connect about these frustrations and really just move forward. But I mean, there's also some really great things that I've been able to do to connect with my friends. We just had our first Netflix party last night, which is actually like a Google Chrome extension. So we're able to like chat as we watch a movie.
That's so cool.
We did a group workout. Yeah, it's really fun. We did a group workout today, which was really sweet. We've done FaceTime dates and drank coffee. We've played games on different apps where you can all connect to it. So, I mean, there's so many ways to still stay connected to your friends. It's definitely different, but I know once we're all through this, we'll really appreciate going to work every day, going to school, and seeing each other.
I know. I was talking to someone today, and they were like, when this is all over, everyone's going to just be hugging and kissing and just being so grateful that they're alive. Like, it's just going to be it is going to be good for the world in some ways. I mean, obviously there's all the negative, but I agree with you. Like, you know, we have to try to find the silver lining. And, you know, so a lot of times when these things happen, like, think of the Great Depression and all these historical things, really, really cool things came out of it. So it's about that. It's about being innovative and trying to figure that out. So yeah, I applaud you for, you know, trying to be so positive. What part of Ohio are you from, Elle?
I'm from a small town called Coshocton. It's about an hour away from Columbus.
Okay. And how did you get inspired to go to New York to go to college? How did that go down?
Yeah, well, I had always loved cities since I was young. And it wasn't until high school that I really solidified my decision to move to New York and go to FIT. FIT was definitely one of my top schools, but I was also considering another school in Ohio called Kent State. They have an amazing program as well. But honestly, the biggest thing for me was my first internship at My Social Canvas. And they're a fashion technology brand, and they help inspire students and help them design a life and career they love. And I was able to connect with the founder of that company, and she was the first person to really believe in me and offered me my first internship in New York. And I really felt like that was the door opening to the city when I was kind of going through that time of pondering whether or not I should go right away, or there's also study abroad options with Kent State and I could go later. But that was my, you know, door open to go for it and just be confident in that decision, even though it seemed a little bit scary. But once I moved there, everything went so smooth. I knew it was meant.
Good for you. I mean, you kind of knew early on that you wanted to do fashion. I love that you knew early on that you were into fashion. And so you must have been like, seriously, like Elle Woods. Like, I mean, you were like I love her. So I think that's a huge coup of yours. And the fact that, you know, you wanted to follow FIT, like in order to go to FIT, you really kind of have to know that's your path, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you have to declare your major going in. But I mean, I knew that I wanted to go into fashion actually since I was in elementary school. So I knew that that was my direction. It was just kind of figuring out what school and what city I wanted to be in.
You're one of those special, rare people that know that. That's a gift. So happy for you that you're so focused.
Oh, thank you.
So awesome. So when did you start Elle Brand? I mean, did that start all the way back in elementary school as well?
That actually started in 2016. So my mom, she has a home decor store in our town. And so as she was opening up that store, it opened my eyes to the wholesale world of things. And I was able to go to some market shows with her, one of them being Atlanta Market. And that's where I was really exposed to a lot of different brands that I could potentially carry at the store. So from there, even at a young age, my parents are both entrepreneurs, and so they have been so supportive through all of it and supported me in my dream of wanting to do that. So that's when I first started this brand. And then through time, it evolved into Sincerely Elle Brand and into this light and lovely aesthetic that I continue to try to incorporate in all of my business decisions and branding. But of course, just seeing what the customer needs, what people are wanting here in Coshocton. We don't have many clothing stores here, and the ones that we do have are in Columbus, which is like an hour away. So I just really wanted to have that boutique feel, those unique pieces that you wouldn't find at the stores that everyone else is shopping at. And it's something that I love to do. And I was really able to connect with the people in my community too through this. So it was a great learning experience for me to learn about, you know, what each customer wants and what events they're going to and what their style is. So it was definitely a process, but very rewarding.
I mean, so many of those skills that you've learned are so applicable, out there in the world. It doesn't even feel like you need to get a real job. It feels like this could be something huge. You've already paved the way for yourself.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love doing this. And now that I am in college and I am interning, I love learning from other companies, and I would love to work corporate for a little bit. But then, of course, one day I would love to move somewhere and open up that boutique. So I have a lot of, ideas for what that could look like when I open up my own little place one day.
You've got the L vision working. It's working. It's working hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, okay. So let's talk about the internships, because you've had like some really cool internships, starting with My Social Canvas. And you said you connected with the owner. Like, what was your methodology for getting these internships? I would love to be able to share that with a lot of the girls who are out there trying to get internships right now.
Yeah. They all really connected with each other, my internships along the line. But this very first internship, I became a rep for the My Social Canvas company. And through that, and through being involved and dedicated and going to events and participating in what their company was doing, then that's how I was really able to connect with Lisa, who is now one of my mentors, and I know we'll stay connected throughout our entire lives, which is so amazing. And from there, it just takes one person to believe in you and one person to really get that started. And she was that person for me, and she's just so dear to my heart. And I learned so much and gained so much confidence from interning for her and her company, and that really set me up for other internships that I would have in the future. And so, through that, it led me to my next internships just through connections that Lisa had and connections that I made over different events that I would go to. And it led me to my next internship at Rebecca Taylor, which was amazing as well. I love that brand, love that company, and I learned a lot from them. And from there, they had connections to the company Loeffler Randall. So the last couple months I've been interning for them, and they are just the most wonderful people. Sadly, it did have to come to an end, but what I learned from them just in the short time I was there was incredible. And I know that they will support me in anything that I go into in the future, and same with the teams previous. So now as I'm looking forward into internships, I have reached out to those key people at each internship, and they've all been such wonderful supporters and mentors for me in, finding internships. So I would say that's the biggest thing. I know you hear it a lot, but I'm seeing it, as an example in my own life, how I wouldn't have gotten the internships I had if it wasn't for someone else that I had connected with in my life.
Yes. And you also are very astute in knowing that and keeping those relationships and treasuring them and cherishing them and, realizing that with gratitude that they're there. And that's a gift that you have as well. I have to say, you are a special lady. And, these traits that you have are not everyone can say, especially at your age already, that has this kind of wisdom. So you're like an old soul.
Oh, thank you. I get that a lot.
You do? That's so funny.
Yeah, my friends all say that. I'm like the grandma of the friend group.
Except for your fashion sense, which is amazing.
Oh, thank you. I try to keep it stylish.
You do. You keep it going. Keep it edgy. How did you develop your website? Who did you do it all yourself?
Yeah, I did do all of that myself. It was, an evolution of learning different